like I was elaborating in my last video, basically saying if you have a job and you show up to work tomorrow and they fire you, you're most likely going to be depressed. If you get hit with COVID for the sixth or seventh time, you will probably get hit with depression. Maybe your best friend dies out of nowhere and they weren't supposed to pass away that soon. You will obviously be extremely depressed, or maybe your kids get hit with the measles six or seven times in a row and they're not supposed to. You will most likely be depressed. So, and you will obviously understand that all these things are situational depression. Just when my dad passed away at 57 years old, and I wasn't ready for him to be gone and passed away. I wasn't ready for the funeral, and even when the funeral was over, I was still depressed. I was still wore out, so that's situational depression. And like I was talking about Aubrey Wyatt, she had her whole life ahead of her, and she passed away. I don't believe in my heart it was her time to go, and obviously her family and her sister, dealing with it. That is situational depression, and messed up. And like I said, Autumn Bushman at 10 years old, whole life ahead of her, the same deal. She passed away because of bullying. Bullying is ridiculous. Depression is serious. So many things are situational depression. And with my father, it's going to be 10 years this year that he has passed away. It's unbelievable. In September, that he's going to be gone. And I still get sad. I still miss him. But I know he's in a better place. And I understand there's different kinds of depression. There's short-term depression. There's long-term depression. There's seasonal depression. There's also bipolar disorder, which is some sort of depression and involves an episode of depression. It could involve periods of high energy, and then there's one called a psychotic depression, which can hit you with delusions or hallucinations. As I said many months ago, when I first started preaching about this on my TikTok channel, I said that there was a boy that had a anger outburst, psychotic episode. When I was working down at my grandma's, having a work day, and listening to the police scanner, and sounded like he was having a psychotic break, and he was screaming and yelling, and saying he was hearing voices, and the mom and dad were disagreeing on how to handle the situation. That is depression as well, and so yes. That's what kind of depression he had, and we all know that David was depressed, and a lot of us know that, and he ended up fleeing from King Saul at one point, and then later ended up fleeing from his own son as well. Yes, it tested David's faith and leadership and his personal character, as this depression is not connected to this life whatsoever, guys.